Hey, praise the Lord. Welcome to another episode of Untouchable Conservative. Thank you for everybody tuning in to my channel. Thank you for everybody sharing, subscribing to the channel. And we're going to get right into it, man. Young people taking over downtown Detroit. These teen takeovers seem like they happening everywhere. I saw some in Chi-Town. I saw some in New York. There's been some in Atlanta. Detroit obviously has had some. So these kids out here this summer is showing that this summer is gonna be a brutal summer, man. It's gonna be a brutal, and it's gonna be a wild summer over here in the city of Detroit, man. We already bracing for impact, But these, when we was growing up as kids, I'm an '80s baby. I was born in '85, and when we was growing up, man, we used to go to the park, man. We used to all go outside and do stuff together. We used to go to get our little hustle on. We used to go cut that grass, touchable landscaping, baby. We used to go cut that grass, man. We used to get out there and go cut that grass. We used to want to go do stuff. We used to go paint. And that's the reason why this new generation, man, they don't know how to do shit. They don't know how to do nothing. All they know how to do is smoke weed and play video games. And try to rob people. That's all this new generation is about, man. And these teen takeovers is showing that parents really ain't doing their job. Parents ain't doing their job no more because y'all so liberal with your damn kids. You so concerned about trying to be your kid's best friend. No, you need to discipline these kids. You need to discipline. These kids ain't got no damn discipline. Anytime they could be downtown and go into businesses and destroy stuff. It's hard to run a business now, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the downtown area, man. If you paying rent in a lot of people don't understand, man. Them people pay a lot of money to be in downtown Chicago and Detroit, Atlanta, New York, man. That stuff ain't cheap. It ain't cheap, man. And to have all these kids come in there and destroy your stuff, man, it's crazy. But going back, man, when I was young, there was always a sense of community, that, hey, if your child get out of line, my mama can discipline your kid. Hey, what you doing? Well, Bobby, I know your mama. She don't play that. You need to get off of that. I heard you was stealing. Boy, I'm going to whoop your ass when you get home. Your grandma going to whoop your ass. The lady down the street going to whoop your ass. And then when your daddy get home, he going to whoop your ass. And then your teacher at school was going to whoop your ass too. Now, these kids ain't getting no ass whoopings. The parents trying to be their best friend. All the boys want to be girls. All the girls want to be boys. And ain't nobody praying and listening to God. And you just running around wild. So I blame the parents, man. I blame the parents. And I didn't know how much of a profound effect even though my father wasn't there for a long time in my life, I knew he was present. Even when him and my mom broke up, he would tell me, like, if I got to come up to your school, because my dad, he hated my mom to a certain degree. And my mom, really, they didn't get along. But one thing they did agree was keeping my ass right. And he used to say, if I got to come up to this goddamn school, if I got to come off of my job or come get you out of jail or anything, it's over for you. Because I didn't really know until I had kids. And we say this in the black community a lot. And I believe this is one of the reasons why our children are lost to the devil. Because it takes a village. It takes a village to raise one child. And I didn't really understand that until I actually had kids. Because when you really got a child and you really invested, and it's not about money. To raise a child, it takes many hands. You know, because you may see or know something that I don't. You know, whether it's a boy or a girl. You know, sometimes a child needs to hear a different voice. And it's not to say that you don't listen to your parents, but it needs to see that, hey, there's structure. And the black community hates structure. You know, and I'm not going to go into politics on this one. I'm going to just say the black community hates a structure of rules and discipline. And the children only follow what the parents do. You know, because my children know. I'm on the way to pick them up now. My children know. If I got to come out when I'm off my job to come deal with this, whatever you doing at school, or if you run around, you downtown, and you messing stuff up, I'm going to whoop your ass, your mama going to whoop your ass, your grandma going to whoop your ass. A lot of this shit, man. And I told my kids, you go to jail, don't call me. That's on you. So you got to be held responsible for the decisions that you making. You know, these kids, they not being held accountable. They just running around and just being wild. The children just doing whatever they want to do. And the parents don't care, man. That's the problem. The parents don't care, bro. You know, so these teen takeovers, you know, Mary Sheffield over here, shout out to her. I didn't vote for her. I didn't want her to win, but I do believe she's doing a good job. I do believe she's doing a good job. I do believe she genuinely cares about the city of Detroit. You know, I genuinely believe that. I think Mayor Kenlock would have been a better decision because I liked the way his vision was. I liked his structure. I liked a couple more of his policies. And, you know, Mary Sheffield said she didn't want to call in the National Guard. You know, but I believe Detroit is one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Skip the United States. Detroit is one of the most dangerous cities in the world, y'all. No matter what anybody tells you. It's a lot of love in Detroit too, though. It's a lot of love. It's nothing. You don't feel the city until you felt the love of Detroit. And when you go to Chicago and Atlanta and these urban cities, like, it's a lot of love in these cities. But you will lose your life too. You will lose your life in Detroit, man. You will lose your life in Detroit. Guaranteed. You will lose your life, bro. You play with somebody in Detroit, you will lose your life, bro. All the way through. And it ain't even close, homie. You know, that's why you got to be careful how you move and everything like that. You know, that's why I just stay at home and I stay on my boat now. You know, I don't do too much. But yeah, man, these teen takeovers, you know, I heard they gonna start charging the parents all these fees. That ain't really gonna do nothing, man, because most of these kids ain't even in their own house. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully it works. It's Untouchable Conservative. Thank you for tuning into my channel. It does not go unnoticed. I do read all comments. Thank you for sharing, subscribing to my channel. Y'all have a blessed day.